Why hello and welcome back my fellow Minecraft pixel loaders, and today we're loading another Minecraft pixel tutorial on Zoro from the Wano arc, and today we're going to be in part 6. So without further ado, let's move straight on to today's part, and we're going to be using our black concrete and our gold block for today's tutorial. And for the area we're going to be going off, we're going to be flying over to that area that we last left off over here. So this line up top, and we're going to be flying to the one sticking out to the left first, and then we'll come back to the one flying out to the right later on. So flying to this one sticking out to the left first. Once again, I am just going to place a gold block on the one sticking out to the left, just for those that don't get the area that we're going off, just to show you guys. So there you go. As you can see, that is the area we're going off right there. So without further ado, let's fly over to this area, and just going to destroy this gold block. And just before we start from this left one right here, make sure to go and hit that like button if you haven't already, because it helps out the channel a lot and helps me out a lot. And also go and hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't already, because that would be much appreciated. And now, moving on to the build. So once we've flown over to this one thing to the left, we're going to place 38 going to the left from here. So we've got a lot of blocks to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and 37, and 38. And there you go. Once you have placed 38 going to the left right here, so it should be 39 in total if you include the one sticking to the left, if you want to count all of that. If you don't want to count, then continue back on from this 38 that we placed to the left, which is 39 in total. We're going to do another left diagonal from here, just like so. And once again, we've got a lot of blocks to count going to the left. This time we got 52, which is a lot of blocks. Continue on from here, so counting 52 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50, 51, and 52. And there we go, that is everything there so far. So as you can see, that is the end right there, which is a lot of blocks, and that's just because, well, this part of the sword is flat going across, but just gradually goes up, as you can see, unlike this one where it just goes straight up in a diagonal direction. So flying all the way back over to that one stick out to the right, so we're going to be flying back over to here. So again, I'll just place a gold block just for those that don't get the area. As you can see, we're going to be going off this area right here. And continuing on from this one that's sticking to the right here, we're going to place 23 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Once you've placed 23 going to the right from here, we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. Then fly back up by 1, so back up to here. And we're going to place 1 going to the right from here, just like so. Then fly back to this one that's sticking underneath, so back to here. Once you've flown back to this one that's underneath, we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. And there we go, it should be looking like that. And from the second bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. Once you've done this, do another bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 4 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to place 1 on top, then fly underneath by 1, so back to this bottom right corner right here. And from this bottom right corner, we're going to place 8 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there we go. Once you place 8 going underneath from here, we're going to place 4 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to place 6 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the sixth one that we place on top, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. And then we're going to fly back into the left by 1, so back to this left corner. And we're just going to place 1 on top, just like so. Once you've done this, we're going to zoom out and we're going to fly back to that one sticking to the right. So back to this one right here. Once we're flying back to here, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here, just like so. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the right. So 1 and 2. And there we go. Once you've done this, do another bottom right diagonal from here. And once again, from this bottom right diagonal, place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. Once you've done this, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal from here. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right. Then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to take out our gold block. As we're going to place 2 going up from here. So 1 and 2. Once you've done this, take out our black concrete. And once you've taken out your black concrete, we're going to place 2 going up from the gold blocks. So 1 and 2. And there we go. We should be looking like that right there. Once we have done this, and take out our gold block again. And so we're going to place 1 gold block to the right, just on the top one, just like so. And then once we've done this, take out our black concrete and place 1 to the right. And then we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to fly up by 1 to back up to this one that we placed to the right. And once you've flown back up to here, take out your gold block and place 1 gold block going to the right, just like so. And there we go. Once you've done this, take out our black concrete and place 1 to the right of the gold block, just like so. And then we're going to place 1 on top. And then once you place this one on top, do an up the left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, place 1 on top, just like so. And then there we go. That's that little area there, done complete. We do have another little one, kind of somewhere up here, but we'll go back to them when we go on top, a bit easier. So once we have done this, we are going to destroy those gold blocks, because we won't be needing these blocks anymore. And then continuing on from this bottom right diagonal, where we placed the first 2 gold blocks going up from. Once we've flown back to here, we're going to place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2. Once you place 2 to the right, do a bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2. Then do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2. And there we go. As you can see, that 2 that we just placed to the right there should connect in the bottom right diagonal direction to this one that's sticking up to the left right here, which is the first one that we kind of did from the sword going up here, as you can see. And that means we've done everything correctly right there. And before we move back up to this section up here, we're going to fly down all the way to this bottom right diagonal from the sword. So as you can see, like it's like crossing over because it's this part right here, but as you can see the sword goes over it, so that's why that line's not there. But we're going to be flying to that bottom right diagonal right here, so the first bottom right diagonal. Again, I'll place a gold block just in case anyone is confused. And there you go. So flying back towards here. Once you're flying back towards here, we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there we go, we should be looking like that. On the second bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. Once we've done this, we're going to do 4 bottom right diagonals. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And from this 4th bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. And there we go, we're done with this area right here. So we're going to zoom out once we have done place that 1 to the right. And we're going to fly back to the left now, because as we see, we should be looking like that right there. So we're going to fly all the way back up to the left side here. And we're going to be flying to this one that's sticking out to the right here to complete most of the sword. So flying over to this one sticking out to the right. Once we've flown back over towards here, we're going to place 3 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, and 3. Just like so. And the third one that we just placed to the right, we're going to place 1 on top. We're then going to fly underneath by 1, so back to this bottom right corner. And we're going to place 4 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this 4th one that we placed to the right, we're going to place 1 on top. Then fly underneath by 1, so back to this bottom right corner. And we're going to place 2 underneath from here. So 1 and 2. And there we go. As you can see, that's connected back to that one that was sticking out right there. Once we had this, we're going to fly all the way over to that one that's sticking up. So not the left hand side one that's sticking up right here, or this one right here. We want to be flying to the right, to this one that's sticking up right here, as you can see. So fly over to this one that's sticking up over here. And once we've flown over to here, we're going to place 6 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the 6th one that we just placed on top, we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. And then we're going to fly to the left by 1, so back to this left corner here. And so we're going to place a 1 on top. And then we're going to fly back to that one that's sticking out to the right. So back to this one right here. Once we've flown back to here, we're going to place 4 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then there we go. From this 4th one that we just placed to the right, we're going to place 1 on top. We're then going to fly underneath by 1, so back to this bottom right corner. And we're going to place 15 and going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Once you've placed 15 going to the right here, we're going to take our gold block and we're going to place 1 gold block underneath the very 15th one, just like so. And once we have done that, we're going to take out our black concrete and we're going to place 1 underneath the gold block. And there we go. Once you place that 1 black concrete underneath, we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and then 2. And then there we go. We've done that area right there. So we can go destroy that gold block. And then we're going to fly back to this 15 that we placed to the right. So back to here. And continuing on from here, we're going to place another 4 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to place 1 underneath and fly back up by 1. So back up to this right corner. Place 1 to the right and fly back to that one that's underneath. So back to this one right here. And we're going to do 4 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And there we go. As you can see, that 4th bottom right diagonal has connected to this up left diagonal, sticking up from that 2 right there. And that means we've done everything correctly right here. So we're going to fly back to that one that's sticking to the right. So back to this one right here. And once we've flown back to here, we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2. We're then going to place 1 on top, and just like so. Then fly underneath by 1, so back to this bottom right corner. And we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2. Once we've done this, we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. From the second bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right. And then do another bottom right diagonal. So you can just place 1 to the left, that up left diagonal right there, as you can see. And that is everything done right there, as you can see. Once again, we should have connected to that up left diagonal from this second 2 in the middle. This 2 2s, or 3 2s I mean here, as you can see. So once we have done this, we're going to zoom out. And we're going to fly to that one that's sticking up on top, right here, that we just did. So fly over towards here. Once you've flown over towards here, do an up the left diagonal. From this up left diagonal, place 1 to the left. And then from this one that we just placed to the left, right here, we're going to do an up left diagonal. From this up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left, just like so. Once we've done this, we're going to do another up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left. We're then going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to place another 1 to the left from here. Once you've done this, we're going to do an up left diagonal from here. And then we're going to fly back in the bottom right diagonal direction by 1. So back to this one right here. And we're going to place 1 underneath from here, just like so. And then we're going to place 5 going to the left from this left corner right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you place 5 going to the left, place 1 on top just like so. And then we're going to fly underneath by 1. So back to this bottom left corner. And we're going to place 6 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to fly back up by 1. So back up to this left corner. And once you're flying back up to here, we're going to place 4 going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like so. From this 4th one that we placed to the left, we're going to place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2. We're then going to fly all the way back up to the top. So back up to this left corner. And we're going to place 1 on top. We're also going to fly down by 1, so back to this one right here, so back in this line. and we're going to place 3 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do a bottom left diagonal. From this bottom left diagonal, place 1 to the left, then place 1 underneath, then fly back up by 1, so back up to this left corner here, and we're going to place 6 going up from this left corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. From the 6th one that we place on top, place 1 to the right, then fly to the left by 1, so back to this left corner, place 1 on top, then fly back to this one that's sticking to the right, so back to here. And once we're flying back to here, we're going to place 4 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you place 4 to the right, we're going to place 1 underneath, then fly back up by 1, so back up to this right corner. And we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. Then fly back to that one that's underneath, so back to this one right here. And we're going to place 2 going underneath, so 1 and 2. And there we go, we should connect back to that one that was sticking up there. Then flying back to this one sticking up to the right, so back to here. We're going to place 5 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're then going to place 1 on top. And then from this one that we place on top, we're going to do it up the left diagonal. Then fly back in the bottom right diagonal direction by 1, so back to this one right here. And we're going to place 1 going to the right from here. From this one that we place to the right, we're going to place 1 underneath. We're then going to place 1 to the right. We're then going to place 1 underneath and fly back up by 1, so back up this right corner. And we're going to place 1 to the right of here, just like so. Once we've done this, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. Then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath. And from this one that we placed underneath, we're going to place 1 to the right. And fly back into the left by 1, so back to here. And we're going to place 1 going to the left from here, just like so. From this one that we just placed to the left, do a bottom left diagonal, just like so. From this bottom left diagonal, place 2 to the left, so 1 and 2. We should be looking like that right there. And once we've done that, we're going to do an up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 2 to the left, so 1 and 2. And then fly back all the way to the right, so back to the end right here. And once we're flying back to here, do an up right diagonal and place 1 to the right. There we go. We should be looking like this so far. Once we've done this, we're going to fly back to that one that's sticking out to the right here. So all the way back to here. And once we're flying back to here, we're going to place 1 underneath. And it should connect in the bottom left diagonal direction to that one sticking up there. And fly back up by 1, so back up to this right corner. And place 1 to the right. And then finally but not least, do a bottom right diagonal. And there we go. We should be looking like that so far in that area. Once we have done that, we're going to fly to that up left diagonal that you can see right here. So fly all the way up to here. Once you've flown to this up left diagonal, we're going to do another up left diagonal from here. And from this up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, just like so. And then once you place that 1 to the left, we're going to do another up left diagonal. From this up left diagonal, we're going to place another one going to the left from here, just like so. And then once you've done this, do 2 up left diagonals. So 1 and 2. There we go, we should be looking like that right there. On our second up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, just like so. Then do another up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, place 2 to the left this time. So 1 and 2. We're then going to place 1 on top. Then fly underneath by 1, so back to this bottom left corner right here. And once we're flying back to here, we're going to place 5 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you've done this, we're going to fly all the way back up to the top. So back up to this one that's sticking up right here. And once we fly back up to here, do an up left diagonal. From this up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left. And then from this one that we place to the left, do another up left diagonal. From this up left diagonal, place 1 to the left, then place 1 underneath. Then fly back up by 1, so back up this left corner, and place 1 on top, and then place 1 to the left, and then there we go. Once you've done this, fly back to that one that's sticking underneath, so back to this one right here, and we're going to place 9 and go underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're then going to place 1 to the left from here, just like so, and then we're going to fly back into the right by 1, so back to this right corner right here, and we're going to place 8 underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And as you can see, that 8th one we placed underneath connects to that 1 that was sticking up to the right here. And then once we've done this, to complete the final area for today, we're going to fly all the way to the left, so to this one that's sticking up right here. And once you've flown to this one sticking up, we're going to place 1 on top, then do an upright diagonal. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 4 on top. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you place 4 on top, place 1 to the left, and fly back into the right by 1, so back to this right corner, and place 3 going up. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to place 1 to the right, and then we're going to fly to the left by 1, so back to this left corner, and we're going to place 1 going to the left from here, and just like so. Once we have done this, we're going to zoom out, because that is everything today done so far. So, as you can see, we've completed a bit of the second sword today. And actually, we have done a bit of the third sword, if you can't tell. That is part of the third sword right there, which goes up to the top and down here, as you can see. But the one we're going to be mainly focusing right now is we're going to be completing the rest of this one over here. Obviously, it does still go over to here, but we won't be continuing the right side of it, because it would be a bit confusing and a bit hard to basically get to all those areas at once, which I'm planning out all the routes for this, which is, it's quite difficult because there's so many areas that overlap because it's all 3 swords, but it is very nice. But on that note, it's only difficult on my end, which is annoying, but I'll try and make it easy as possible for you guys to complete this design. And again, with that note being said, that is everything for today. If you did enjoy this build, feel free to go and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because that'd be much appreciated. And again, without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. So peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.